Jeff Stone here with day 77 of the year 2015 at magicreviewed.com. Now, a lot of people will disagree with what I'm about to say, but I felt that the original Star Wars, back in the 70s, I felt that all three of them, each movie got better than the last. So I guess it would be episode 6 was better than episode 5, which was better than episode 4. A lot of people don't agree with me on that, but that's where I stand. I also felt that Star Wars 1, 2, and 3, the ones that released, in the early 2000s or late 90s or whenever it was when they did those, I felt the same way. That 3 was better than 2 and 2 was better than 1. I feel that same way about this Heinous set here. All three of the volume 1, 2, and 3 were good, but I felt that volume 3 is better than volume 2, and volume 2 is better than volume 1. And I'd even go so far as saying that I think that volume 1 was probably better than the copper, silver, brass, the ketchup routine, but I'm not quite 100% sure about that. But certainly of this set, 1, 2, and 3, this is the best. And I'm probably saying that partly because I like the effects better. And that is a personal thing, a personal opinion. And so you may not agree with that. So, of course, that doesn't affect the star rating. Just because I like the effects doesn't mean you will. So, that aside, just in general terms, it's, the easy stuff. The DVD is well produced. Everything's extremely well taught. It's covered in good and the perfect amount of depth. And so everything's fine there. Real quick, what you're getting is 5 effects that are all... The ad copy refers to them as multiple selection routines, which, of course, in the technical sense of the term, that is true, because each effect has 3 cards selected. However, to me, if I were to have just looked at this DVD and saw the ad copy say 5 multiple effect or multiple selection routines, I would have walked away, and that would have been unfortunate had I done that. Of course, I didn't have to buy this; it was sent to me for free, but for review. But if I were looking to purchase this, that would have turned me off right there. So don't be fooled by that. This to me feels more like, a few people picked a card. It wasn't this thing where you got 10 people selecting it and you're going through this long control process of dealing with 10 cards or whatever. These are short, quick routines that just have a nice flow to them. They got the rule of 3 with 3 cards being selected and found or whatever. And they just don't feel like what I think of when I think of a multiple selection routine. So, if you're looking for a multiple selection routine, this may or may not appeal to you, but it's not the standard what you think of. So, what you're getting, Grandmother's BLT. Actually, I guess that would be an exception to the rule there. Grandmother's BLT is just a sandwich routine that is only using 1 selected card. So, there's the exception to that. And this is a sandwich routine, which, you either love them or hate them. I happen to fall in the hate them category. But this, there's an ending to this routine, and you can add this ending to any sandwich routine. He just shows you the way he does it. But there's this really weird ending moment that it's just one of those moments where you're like, what the heck just happened? And it also... it will fry your magician friends for sure. And especially if you do just a standard kind of sandwich routine building up to it. So you do like a 3-phase sandwich routine. And on the 3rd phase, you end with the ending on the Grandmother's BLT. You're going to mess with your magician's heads, your magician friends. So it may be worth it just for that. It's very, very clever. The method is super stupid simple, easy to do. Collecting Camaro, that's the second effect. And this is, it's a combination of Triumph, an Ace production, and multiple selection routine. I'm sorry, collectors. Sorry, my brain locked up for a minute there. See, if I were doing the spike Russian roulette with the spike under the glass, I might have, or a cup, I might have just impaled my hand. My brain misfired. Anyway, if you watch my review of the Meridian technique, you'll know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, let's try that again. Collecting Camaro. It is a collector's routine, a 4-ace production, and Triumph all rolled into one. but it's not like this long drawn out routine. It's very quick, and it's got an upbeat rhythm to it, and so it's again, very well constructed, very simple to do. Nothing knuckle busting like the previous DVD. This one's very, very simple to do. Breaking the second rule, 3-phase card under box routine, which again, that's never been one of my favorite plots. But again, I don't know what it is about Karl Hein, but his versions of stuff seem to appeal to me. But again, that's effect we're talking about. But what's clever about the method on this is that it's done in such a way that before you even start the trick, you're already like, 8 miles ahead of the whole thing. And for very, very little effort, you get 3 really solid phases that they just don't see coming because you're so far in advance on the setup and the way that you do it. But it's not the kind of setup that is this crazy, you got all these things loaded on you or anything weird like that. It's just, it's almost like there's no setup. I don't know how to explain it other than to say that without having to really do any kind of special crazy setup, you're set up so far in advance that you'll be able to just go into this routine and leave them going, what the heck happened and how did he pull that off? So anyway, Sublime. It's an ending for by the way, I should say breaking the second rule and collecting Camaro. They're both cases where you have 3 cards selected. Sublime is another case where you have 3 cards selected. And what you're really getting here is an ending to a 3-card selection routine. Or you could do it in a 10-card selection routine, I guess, if you wanted to. But again, I like the 3 thing. And the ending is very, very powerful. And it's another kind of one of those things where they don't see it coming. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. And you end up with the card in a line, which, yeah, that's pretty standard kind of stuff. But again, the structure of this and the method behind all this, very clever, very, very smart, very, very easy to do. And there's a lot of great moments in that routine. Last, we get Hat Trick, which is, again, 3 selections. And the cards end up in your hat. Now, a lot of people don't wear hats when they perform. And so if you don't, he talks about how to do it with somebody else's hat. And that was the only part was a little bit of a bummer. I've seen him do it with other people's hat, and it works great. But he didn't teach you how to do that on here, the particular exact handling of how to do it. It would have been nice if you had somebody step in the frame with him that had a hat on that he could just quickly show you how to do it. So there's a little bit of handling issues there that you'd want to learn, and it would be nice if he would have shown you that. But other than that, it's a solid method, and it's very easy to do. A lot of this stuff you're going to have to know how to do a decent palm and some basic controls and false shuffles, but nothing major. Then you get the 2 bonus effects, and the first bonus effect is called Psychotic Prediction. And what this is, it's like an opening effect. You walk up to a table and you have 3 people name a card, and then you reach into your wallet and pull out an envelope that's sealed with those 3 cards in it. It is that clean, and it really is 3 freely named cards. You'll have to have some sort of a low wallet, that has the card. What do you call them? Load wallets. You'll have to have one of those, or you can, if you have any other method for getting something into an impossible location, you'll have to have one of those. But anyway, that's a pretty powerful effect for layperson, to just any 3 named cards and they're in the wallet. And when you think about the combinations, if it was just 1 named card, they might think, well, maybe he's got 52 wallets on him somehow. But to have the combination of the exact 3 cards that were named, in order to have all those combinations loaded on your body, the math, according to Karl Hein, and I believe him, is something like 6 million wallets you have to have on you. So anyway, the method for that's very easy. It's not it's going to take practice for sure, and it's a move that, well, it uses a cull. I'll just say it uses a cull. And what I liked about this is he talks a lot about how to the timing of the cull and how it varies depending on the group he's with. And in some groups, it's He does it this way. In other groups, he does it that way. He also talks about the top change in that same light. That you know, there's no specific moment. It's more a feel and how you orchestrate the moment. And he gives you some really good pointers and advice about dealing with that kind of stuff. And then the last one is the SpongeBob prediction, which is kind of a standard SpongeBob routine where you've made it disappear from your hand, it's in their hand, but then at the end, when you're going to do the final revelation where you open it up and there's a whole bunch of them in there, he has the spectator choose how many balls are going to end up in the hand, and that's how many end up there. So that's just kind of a fun little addition to a SpongeBob routine. So that's it. This whole thing is solid. I mean, it's very well produced. It covers everything in great depth, as I mentioned. The methods are all very doable and workable. I mean, you're going to need to learn some intermediate to advanced sleights, the call, the palm, and some card control. Card control is pretty basic, I guess. But, this isn't like, you just started Magic yesterday and you're going to be doing this stuff tomorrow. You're going to need to put in some time. No question about it, which I like about that. About this video. Anyway, that's it. By the way, let me just tell you, I'm done with the review. That's it. 5-star stone status, capital G, capital E, capital M, exclamation point. I just want to add 2 quick things. Number one, many of you know that I have a weird sleeping disorder, which basically my brain thinks that day is night and night is day. It's called delayed sleep phase disorder or something like that. The nickname is social jet lag. It's basically what it's like, eternal jet lag. So what ends up happening is no matter what, if I try to sleep at night, I can't. It's like insomnia, except I don't have insomnia because I can sleep great during the day. Well, because of that, it just screws up everything. It screws up my time with my family. It screws up when I get work done. It's a mess. I'm self-employed. I mean, I make money on building websites and magic, selling magic and stuff like that. So I can work whatever hours I want. But it's just the kind of thing where it's like 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, I need to go to bed, but I need to get this work done. Should I start on this project? Well, no, because it's going to take like 3 hours and I don't want to be going to bed at 9 in the morning. So it just screws things up. Anyway, point of all this, I'm telling you, is I have decided that I'm going to kick this disorder somehow. I've had it my entire life. I mean, since high school, I've had this. And so school was rough for me, believe me. Anyway, and then being in the Navy made it worse because I was on a submarine and the time is totally different on a submarine. Long story. I'll tell you that some other day. Anyway, I'm going to kick this. And so what I've been doing is forcing myself every night to go to bed at 10 o'clock or roughly around 10 o'clock. And no matter what, even if I just lay there all night not able to sleep, when my alarm goes off at 6 a.m., I get up. No matter how tired I am, I don't care. I'm getting out of bed and I'm taking on the day, regardless of how much or how little sleep I got. And then I'm hoping that after some period of time, my body is just going to finally give in and go, fine, I'll let him sleep at night and let him be awake during the day. So today is my 3rd day of doing this, and it's not easy. It's kind of screwing me up a bit. So if I seem a little bit out of it, I said all that to say, if I seem a little bit out of it, that's why. And it may get worse before it gets better, guys. I don't know. I'm forcing myself, even on the weekends for right now, to get up at 6 and go to bed at 10 because I don't want to go back into the old habits, So anyway, if I'm a little out of it, that's why. And the last thing is the contest. It's over tonight, guys. It's over in about 7.5 hours, and it'll even be less time than that by the time this video goes live. I just want to say again, thank you, thank you, thank you. The response has been incredible. I've got hundreds of new Twitter or YouTube subscribers and tons more friends on Facebook, a lot more people following my page. And you guys are spreading the word about my channel, and I'm getting tons of emails, and it's just been incredible. And so tonight or tomorrow, because I'm going to bed at 10 tonight, tomorrow I will be adding up the totals for the contest, the comment contests, and I will be trying to figure out who won the 3 lifetime Stone Cold Magic subscriptions. So those the 3 winners there, and then the 2 comment contest winners will all be announced sometime this week, probably like on Saturday. Anyway, This video's too long already, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is Janet Jackson. Let's Wait a While. Was it Janet that there was a rumor that she was not real, that she was just Michael Jackson? I don't know. It was either Janet or LaToya. I can't remember. But there was a rumor going around that the LaToya or Janet was not a real person. It was just Michael Jackson. Anyway, what a crazy world. So, Let's Wait a While. That's a great song from Janet Jackson. A little bit more mellow tune there. So that's it, guys. Tune in tomorrow on day 78 when we will be checking out Michael Shatlin's Bill Flash Reverse. So, there you have it. Now, I'm going to go edit this video and then it'll probably be bedtime. So, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.